dear friends of the sustainability, dear friends and partners of the European Chamber, welcome to the today's event about PV technology and PV application in Chinese or in our companies here in China. Before I would like to do some opening remarks, would like to thank all the participants for coming here, but also our speakers. There's Erich Kaisersee, is the chairman of the European Chamber. Welcome him. Yeah, I was the former chair. Yeah, we have also Rainer Haberstock, will introduce the project in his company Arnold Fasteners. We are further on Mr. Mirko Turina from Guvio Tianjin Packing Company online, right? Yeah. So it's not here, so I hope everybody can listen. We also have the introduction of the EU SME Centre by Mr. Liang Jia, project manager of the EU SME Centre. Also, we have ABB here today, the product manager, Mr. Jason Chiu, talking about ABB's technology and applications of solar power. So that will be the event today. Yeah, I would like to give the whole event a bit the perspective, but also spiced a bit with some news about the recent development in the renewable energy market in China. I'm personally now only employed by my own company, not by the European Chamber, doing energy efficiency projects for industrial and also commercial users. So therefore, I would like to look at the global perspective a bit. What you have seen this year is that this has been again the hottest year on record. Most of you have maybe consciously or unconsciously felt it or seen it already in the news or felt it by yourself. If you look at the pure numbers, we are this year in average by the end of October 1.43 degrees above the pre-industrial average. So we know that the limit is 1.5. In the Paris Accord set, we had 1.43 earlier than predicted. Also this year, we broke another record. The average land temperature, surface temperature has exceeded by 2.0 degrees on one day. It was the 7th of November this year. So we broke that numerical record. But also we had many other records again scattered this year by high temperature on many cities, but also the oceans have warmed. Some parts, even Atlantic, have 7 degrees higher temperatures than average. We have seen an unprecedented melting of the Antarctic, Arctic, and also Greenland ice sheet this year. So these are the reactions we see. And if you look at the CO2 emissions that are calculated to stay within the 1.5 degree limit, that is about 40 billion tons of CO2 emissions a year. That's what we have at the moment. And we will reach this target by 2029. That means after 2029, we are in completely uncharted waters. So it's very serious situation. That after that, we will reach 1.5 degree increase of global temperature, and then several tipping points may get into action. It becomes unstoppable. So these are the more or less the frightening news, I think personally, because if you think of ourselves and also the next generations, then these are not very good news. On the other hand, we have also good news. This year, it's predicted that China will reach the carbon peak by latest next year. With the development of the installation of renewable energies, like what we see today, PV, for example, wind, hydro, and biomass will continue. and also the energy conservation efforts going on in China, then China will become 2024 peaking carbon emissions already. What is a very good news, because China is the biggest emitter worldwide, with more than 30% of the worldwide CO2 emissions. So these are the good news, and what we want to achieve today is that first, that everybody gets motivated here to do more, but also that we share the experience that makes it easier for other companies thinking of installing renewable energies, in particular now PV systems, to share the experience from others, don't make the same mistakes, but also get encouraged by the examples we have that they start those installations earlier. So we hope that today this event will be useful for everybody in this regard to come to decisions installing PV systems. And hopefully all your questions will be answered today. And if not, then we can still keep the contact with the companies and providing further information. So I really hope this will be a great success today. Also, we have online, I don't know how many participants we have. Maybe our master will know that. Leo, how many participants we have online?
So about 70.
70. Okay, yeah, very good. So we have a much wider reach. So on all the online participants, best records, cold records from Shenyang. Now we get minus 10 degrees outside, so it's colder than most parts. So now I would like to give the microphone to the next speaker. Actually, is introducing Mr. Mr. Liang Jia from the EU SME Centre. They also supported us organizing the event to introduce the EU SME Centre. Leo, yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Hout. Can you please confirm if you can hear me?
Yes. Yes, very well.
Yes. Perfect. Thanks for the introduction. My name is Liam Jam, the team leader of the EU SME Centre. We are a project funded by the European Commission, supporting SMEs, getting them ready for doing business with China. Can you please go to the next slide? And the next slide, please. The EU SME Centre, the project has been established in the year 2010, so 14 years ago, and our mission is to support SMEs, being SMEs from Europe and being the European SMEs already on the China markets, to help them understand market access related issues, export procedures, by providing first-line advice to the SMEs. We are now in the fourth phase of projects, and as you can see from this slide, we have a consortium of 6 partners, and of course, including also today's host of the event, the European Chamber of Commerce in China. Specifically, today we are working with the Shenyang chapter and also looking at the European businesses from locally on the ground from the Shenyang chapter. Next slide, please. What we do at SME Centre, we mainly offer these 5 services. To start with, we have a self-diagnosis tool that enables SMEs to do a self-evaluation on their readiness in their very specific sector to the China markets. We, as SME Centre, are largely known as a knowledge center. Over the years, we have published over 200 exports, guidelines, market studies, reports, as well as success stories and case studies. And all these publications are available on the website of the project. We also provide first-line advice to companies, SMEs, and also intermediary organizations. Basically, being an SME yourself, being a business owner, all type of China business-related inquiries, you can come to us. We also provide trainings, face-to-face trainings, and also online webinars. And after the COVID period, we have also adapted to the hybrid style of organizing trainings. And as a matter of fact, all our trainings in the past 1 and 2 years have been also recorded, and the recordings have been uploaded also to the website of the EU SME Centre, accessible for SMEs who are users of the website. Last but not the least, tapping into the resources of the European Chamber of Commerce in China, we also work on the advocacy front. We act as a voice for European SMEs who are doing business in China. We constantly collect their feedback. We monitor their performance. We voice on their behalf vis-a-vis the Chinese government institutions, and constantly improve the conditions and business environment for small and medium-sized enterprises from Europe operating in the China markets. I think we have one last slide for this part. Yes, just give you an idea of the publications and the webinar recordings, as I've mentioned, and all this information can be found on the website of the EU SME Centre. And everything we offer, the services and publications, are free of charge for small and medium-sized enterprises from Europe. So you are invited to get in touch further with us should you have any questions or interest in the project. I will stop here, and I pass on to the next speaker, Mr. Erik Keizersede.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the one I would say that as well. Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Maybe switch off. Maybe I switch it off. You switch it off. It's my fault.
Okay.
So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm delighted to welcome you to this photovoltaic energy workshop hosted by the European Chamber of Shenyang. Before we delve into the exciting discussion on the future of solar energy, please allow me to provide you with a brief overview, introduction of the European Chamber and our Shenyang chapter. The European Union Chamber of Commerce in China was founded in the year 2000 by 51 member companies with a shared vision of creating a unified voice for European business operating in China. A members-driven, non-profit organization, the Chamber has evolved into a formidable force boasting more than 1,800 members across 7 chapters in 9 cities. Strategically positioned to advocate for the interests of European business throughout China. Our chamber operates under the principles of ABC, advocacy, business intelligence, and community. Advocacy, represented by the letter A, underscores our commitment to supporting members' government affairs, advocacy efforts. We provide access to both working level and high level officials, influencing legislation through the formulation of key messages and position papers. The letter B stands for business intelligence, reflecting our dedication to helping business understanding policy and market conditions. We achieve this through regular meetings of 26 working groups and 9 forums organized by industry or horizontal issues, enriched by the valuable contributions of our members based on their experience and knowledge. Regulatory newsletter updates are also disseminated via email on both national and local levels throughout our 7 chapters across China. Finally, C stands for community. We actively facilitate networking among members and stakeholders, connecting business with leaders and policymakers through chamber-organized meetings and hundreds of social and business-focused events. The vision of European Chamber is clear: to be the unified, independent, and influential voice of European business in China. We are a member value-driven organization dedicated to serving European companies across all industries and services throughout China. As a member-based organization, we strive to ensure greater market access, improve market conditions for all business, facilitate networking, bring specific information relevant to our members on doing business in China, and update our members on economic trends and legislation in the country. Now turning our focus into Shenyang chapter, it comprises 58 corporate members, including esteemed entities such as BMW, Michelin, BASF, ABB, Philips, Conrad Hotel, and so on. Notably, 80% of our members are European enterprises with a diverse representation across various sectors. The Shenyang chapter organizes a variety of events focusing on sustainable development, human resources, financial and taxation, and city attractiveness. These events provide a platform for resources, integration, and collaboration across industries for our members, special partners, and fellow businesses. Our collaboration extends beyond the business community to frequent and effective communication with various government departments and foreign consulates. In 2023, as we emerge from the challenges posed by the global pandemic, the Shenyang chapter has actively engaged in discussing with provincial and municipal leaders on topics crucial for business growth and development. In conclusion, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to all of you for being here today. Your participation is crucial in the success of this workshop, and we extend our best wishes for a highly successful PV seminar, hoping that each participant achieves their desired outcome. Thank you, and let us embark on a journey of shared knowledge and in collaboration. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Merkel.
Yes,
Yeah.
hello.
So right
Hello.
now, I'm going to stop the sharing, and you can start from your end. Is that okay?
Okay. So I will share my PPT, or you will share, or you move yours.
Yeah, it's better that you could share from your side.
Okay. Share screen. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, we all.
Okay. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Mirko Torina, General Manager of Golio Tianjin Packaging. I'm very glad to be here today to share what we did in Tianjin in terms of a photovoltaic plant. We are a SME, so I think this kind of a project could be a useful experience to share among a company of our size. I just have a short introduction of what Golio Tianjin is an Italian company that is in business in Italy since 1850, so with a history of 173 years.
Sorry, Merkel, could you maybe make it full screen?
Okay.
Sorry, thank you.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So our company has a long history. So we think to have embedded business sustainability in our core since we survived through major events through these last 2 centuries. And today I'm going to focus specifically on the photovoltaic project we did in Tianjin, Golio Tianjin Packaging, GTP stand for that. And then sharing some of the lessons, because this project has been running already almost 1 year. And other points related to our future focus in terms of and alliance with the packaging industry company and the industrial peers to reduce the carbon footprint and reduce waste. Our company, I don't go deeply on this, just want to share with you some of the picture of our packaging. So we are a packaging company for many kind of application, but specifically is a plastic, what you call plastic or multi-laminate packaging. And specifically, we are focused strongly on coffee packaging and tomato sauce and food and beverage packaging for food and beverage, especially for HoReCa. We are active in China since 2000. We registered our company in 2004 and start our operation in 2006. So in 2022, we plan the expansion after 18 years of development. And this was for us a challenge because production expansion was going to increase our energy consumption. And one of the major part of our customer, they are all SOE. And therefore we have either thinking that this could be a problem because with this increase of energy consumption and pollution was actually against, not in line with the decarbonization and the carbon peak target of which in direction of the country. Therefore, we start to think what we could do to face this challenge and try to make it to have reduce the impact of this expansion. Here are some pictures of our project. This just to give you an idea. This was the old building, the existing building. Then we expand all this area out in the backyard and here and in the front side with the parking. So we have a huge investment for our company size, about 50 million euro, and involving a huge area of each surface. And therefore, we start to evaluate different options on how to reduce the impact, to mitigate the impact of this investment in terms of environmental impact. And as you can see, the energy consumption expectation increase was very high. One of the projects that come to our table and was actually shortlisted originally was the idea to use the huge surface that we are going to modify and use a solar panel to produce energy. But at that moment, our company was already facing a heavy investment. Therefore, I didn't have any budget for this kind of activity. Therefore, we start looking for partners willing to sponsor and finance this project. And then we finally found a partner, a Chinese partner that was able to build for us this photovoltaic plant on our surface. And we signed a PPA agreement, a purchasing power agreement. Here is the layout of our building where you can see the surface covered with the solar panel. And so the surface is quite important. And the calculation actually was giving us an interesting number in terms of capacity because, okay, these are some details of the layout. I think not really interesting. But what is interesting today is to share is that in 1 year we were expecting to produce 1.7 million kilowatt. So an interesting number, about almost 20% of our energy needs. And under the PPA agreement, we were not going to invest anything. So basically, the supplier of equipment finance all the project for us. And beside that, we could have also claim from our side all the saving in terms of CO2 emission and the carbon certificate and so on. and also government allowance related to this kind of project. Here is to summarize the benefit that we reach after the project was started, and some of the key important points. This project we did with zero investment, and it was the first in our free pilot free trade zone in Tianjin. And this is actually our project was like an opening case, because it was not easy to inform the grid that we will not buy all the energy from them. And I would say that the local authority helped us to find a solution and ask the supplier of the plant, the solar plant, the PV plant, to register a company in the pilot free trade zone. And then we basically buying now the energy for the company that is registered within the same industrial park. At the same time, we have discussed and agreed with this supplier to have the possibility to buy back the plant as soon as we will feel comfortable, and we have the cash flow to do that. Of course, we have reached certain ecological and environmental reduction in terms of our impact. But what I think is very interesting to notice is that during the first period until now in October, this project that cost zero to us generated a saving of almost 220,000 RMB. So this is related to the fact that the energy we are buying now from them, from this supplier, is sold at a lower price than the grid. And even though we are probably not using smartly enough this energy, because we are using only 14% of our total energy from the solar panel, this number, I think it could be higher if we improve our management on this regard. But the saving coming out from this project is really interesting, and with basically no cost. Finally, just to close my part, we are facing some challenge in this project, and related both to safety and operation. The fact that we agreed a PPA contract allow us to reduce the risk, because the equipment is not in our property, under our property. So this was, I think, quite useful. We had to review the structural integrity of the roof and the with the loading, and prepare some maintenance safety SOP, and train our staff, especially in case of some emergency situation. We still have an opportunity to improve in terms of operation, especially in the regard of data accuracy and performance monitoring and management. Maybe in the we will install some equipment or battery system to store the energy to have a better use, but we haven't figured out yet. Okay, finally, here just some of the activities that as a packaging company we are doing in China with the different associations to support creation of standard in terms of guideline for plastic packaging recycle, and other policy preparation with the industrial organization that are located in China. That's all for my part. I think thank you for attention.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is Albert. Yeah, Mirko, thank you very much. I think it was very insightful, and I think many more questions will remain. So I think we will have more in the Q&A, many questions. But I would like to highlight just a few things for everybody to remember. Yeah, in your project, why it happened is because you said it was like in the DNA of your company. The sustainability is in the DNA. So your company really is looking from the corporate level down to every factory and every shop floor level for sustainability. Therefore, certainly one reason why you are the front runner, why you could implement this project. And also that I think it's very interesting. Another fact I would like to highlight is, if I understand correctly, is that you are the third-party company operating the system is selling part of the power to other places. You don't use it only to 50%. Now the saving is 200,000 if you could use 100%. Yeah, more than this, how much it depends on the power pricing. But I think a very important factor, because that's something new, I think we haven't seen that often here. It's like a new approach. So I think very interesting, and I hope we have, I have more questions, but I would like to thank you now for the presentation, and would like to introduce the next speaker here for us, and that will be this time here in Shenyang, and it's Dr. Rainer Haberstock. Rainer Haberstock actually the company everybody probably knows better is the Wirth Group. It's a large German family-owned company founded by Mr. Wirth, and the company is one of the sub companies here is the Arnold Fasteners Shenyang, and they also have installed the system the last year, and now Rainer will share his experience from his project. Thank you, Rainer. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thanks, Harald, for
making promotion here.
For the nice promotion. Yes, I'm looking forward. That's increased my salary also. I hope it's working now.
Yeah.
Sourdough?
No, it's not working.
Yeah. Maybe I can help you.
Then you first just push this. So, like Harald mentioned already, we go to the next one, please.
Yeah.
Next. Oh, this looks totally different. So this is where we come from. That's our main shareholder in Europe. So it's Wirth Group. It's a family-owned business. You see, it's not that old like the packing company what we have seen now. Founded in 1945, but started in 1945 as a two-man show. So the founder and his father, they run that business. Today it's 85,000 employees globally, 400 companies. Sales turnover last year roughly 20 billion euro, so it's quite a big machine. But with 400 companies, the range goes from 10 people working in one company to several thousand working in one company. So it's quite diverse. Also from the industries, it's super diverse. You see some of the Wirth products. You can go to the next slide. This is the owner and his daughter. She is also running in the company. He's in between now 88. He's still every day in office. If you meet him and you're not well prepared with your numbers, you're in trouble, because he has really a super good brain. He can remember a lot of numbers. So it is my experience. You have your numbers on head if you meet him. Wirth is a super strong brand. Quality everywhere at every time. And one of the major topics also, quality has its price. So you want to buy good quality, you have to pay a little bit more, but it pays off at the end of the day. So Arnold Fasteners Shenyang, that's the next slide then. We are a little bit smaller. We belong also to a small group. These are 3 companies, one in China, one in US, the main location in Germany. In Germany, they have 3 plants in between. It's also 1,400 people. Established also already last January, 275 million euro turnover, and we are nicely growing. We do 99% of our business with automotive industry. These are the locations. Once again, this we can skip. This is what we do. So we deliver fastening solutions, systems, and functional components to car manufacturers, to the whole supply chain. So not only to the OEM, like DVA here in Shenyang or Daimler in Beijing. We deliver from the small sub-supplier, tier X, tier 5 or tier 10, to the OEM, the whole supply chain, with products which are in the car. So my colleague did a calculation. He's coming next week for opening of our new building in our plant. He did a calculation. With our production only, we have at the moment around 100 parts in every car which is produced in China. We produce 26 million cars in China at the moment, roughly. That's the output of automotive industry. We produce around 1.7 billion parts only here in Shenyang. We see where the parts are going to. So it's from bumper to bumper, everywhere where you need a fastener, you will find one from us, or you can get it from us. It's no catalog. We have no catalog products. It's all customer-specific products. That makes us a little bit special from Würth, because they sell with a catalog. The salesman comes with his suitcase with a catalog inside, 150,000 different products, and you can select. For us, you have to come with a drawing, and you have to say, hey, this I want to have. I take minimum 100,000 pieces, and then you say, yes, you're a friend, you're a customer, we do it for you. So these are the numbers for Shenyang. We own at the moment roughly 27,000 square meter of production surface. The industry park where we are has around 130,000 square meters. This we will see later on when we see the first pictures from the PV system. The number for the parts I mentioned already. Turnover this year will be roughly 340 million. 1,500 different part numbers only out of our plant. We have 600 customers in China in total. We deliver roughly 5% of these 340 million going to abroad. All the rest stays in China. So real local to local company, local equipment, local raw material, local people. With me, only 2 other foreigners inside of that company. So it's really a local company. Outside it's a local plate with a local name, but inside we run it as a German company. So it's clean, in order, 5S, 6S, everything on the right level. We have a fully integrated process, so we also do equipment and plating. Especially plating is a very critical process, but all processes, especially these 2, high power consumption. So this is the industry part what we own. We have 2 phases for the PV, so everything which is blue, we realized already this is around 2 million kilowatt production per year. Competition was last year in December, so we run now nearly for 1 year. I will come later on a little bit in the lesson learn to the topics what we have to look for. We have a second project in plan. These are all the buildings which are yellow at the moment, so this we didn't cover till now. For this, we are fighting at the moment with the headquarters for the money, because somebody has to pay for it. We don't have the money for it, so they have to ship the money from Europe that we can do it. The buildings are now all, it's yellow ones, 15 years old. Only this is brand new. This we start next week to officially use. The others are 15 years old. This is a TPO roof, so plastic roof on top. This we have to replace if we put solar panels on it. This we did already for this one. This is a bit old building. This one is a new one. So parking lot, no problem with the under structure of the roof, but that's important. For us, the difficulty at the moment is because we have to finance that by ourselves, or the group has to finance it. Internal interest rate for the calculation is quite high. That means ROI is very long. And at the moment for group level, they say, hey, we have projects where we earn the money much faster, or the money is coming back much faster. So this PV, yeah, we have a look next year or next year. Problem in China, power is too cheap. In Germany, these projects have half of the ROI time compared to Europe. Compared to China, because our price totally different than here. So it's much higher, much more expensive in Germany or in Europe in general than here in Germany. So this price gap leads to this situation that for us or for our group, I would say this will be really a project. You have to, I would say, you have to be willing to do it because you do something for the environment. If this is not given and you don't do it because really we want to earn more money with that, or the money what we have, we want to earn more, then you postpone. At the moment, it's postponed to next year. So we will see what happens next year. Also, what is the economic situation in Europe, and then we go forward. So this is our old production building, or our first production building. This is 12,000 square meter production surface. Here we installed around 2,100 panels. This is old structure. So for this building, we have really to check. How about roof load? This we have seen already for Mirko's presentation. Roof load or load bearing capacity is very important. This also later on in the lessons learned, and once again inside. You have also snow additionally, especially here now. We have heavy snow. That means if you have panels on top and you didn't calculate well, you have stuff inside which is connected to the roof structure, air exhaust system, all that stuff which is hanging on the roof, and you put then additionally panels on top. Could be that you run in a difficult situation, and for this really, this is for us. Design Institute calculates. If they say yes, you can do it, we do. If they say no, fingers off, because that's too risky. If later on something happens, you're in. So with this area, we have a total capacity of 942 kilowatt peak. The next one, please. This is our parking lot. This is around 130 parking lots. Employees are happy because they can park their car in the shadow. So that's very nice. They like this parking lot. Here we have bigger panels. This is sitting on a steel structure. The ground is open, only with some plastic mesh inside. This is for the sponge city concept, that we have the rainwater not going to the wastewater or to the open water system, that the rainwater has to go into the ground before it's flowing out to the water system of the city. And you see here we also have panels which are a little bit more heavy. They are 31 kilo, 888 pieces, 524 kilowatt peak. So this is also nice for us to have that space. Here we have a chemical warehouse. This is a waste hazardous waste warehouse. This area is from the structure inside of the park, not usable for other buildings because we have to keep distance to this warehouse. Here also, here comes our gas station, so also there you cannot go too close. So it's a dead, I would say a dead corner in our area, which we fill up with this parking lot. The next slide, please. This is the new building for Wood Electronic. Brand new. Here we also have heavy panels, because we planned already at the beginning that we will have these panels on top. So the design was already done, taking in consideration that you have these panels on top, that the solar system is there, in total 249 kilowatt peak. That's the third part of the system then. And then we come to the next slide, please. This is some other topics what we have to say, hey, important. We have, because everywhere is TPO roof, it's important that you have here the right system that you get later on no leakage inside of the building, because you don't want to start then after 1 year installation and the second summer is gone, you don't want to start to serve where is the water coming in, because this is very time consuming, very complicated. So better do this right. I would say components are quite expensive. This is not China made, they come from Sweden. Expensive, but we have till now in the electronic building and in our building we have nowhere any leakage. And that's most important, because leakage is really, that's a nightmare. For our production, we have everywhere metal parts which are not coated. That means if we get somewhere water inside, parts will start to rust. With electronic, they have electronic production on top of the in their third floor. So electronic components and water also don't fit very well together. So you don't want to come like I've seen 2 weeks ago in airport, that you have everywhere the big buckets standing around where the water is then dropping inside. This also nobody likes. So that's important. And then rapid shutdown devices. So we have between every time 2 panels only are connected directly together. Then comes such a shutdown device, which gives us security. If something running wrong with the panel, the shutdown device will kill these 2 panels, and the rest of the system can go on. So that's for us important. We have a nice software with that from Fusion Solar. Yeah, if it's working, it's not like you have, if you take a Siemens system, this was at the beginning in the discussion, take a Siemens system, they have then a cloud-based system behind where you can see every panel, what's the performance, and they forecast when this panel needs some maintenance. But price was there the question. Then for us, we have no value out of this service. For us, what's important, this is running, this is producing power. We don't care too much about the performance of each panel. If the panel is broken, there will be a new one. Maintenance will be done for all in the same way. So for us, this software is enough. We can go to the next slide. This is what we produce now over the last 12 months. It's close to the value which should come out. We go to the next one. So this is more important, where you see what we consume in total. So on this side, that's the power consumption. The blue line is only the renewable power share. We get a certain percentage from the grid, wind power. This we could secure. And the yellow part is the part with the solar panels. And you see from the total power consumption, it's a drop on the hot stove. For sure, it makes sense to do it. We will increase also the wind share. We will increase then with PV system number 2, also the share of solar power, but the total power consumption of the plant, similar like the project will changing what we have seen. If you expand, you need more power. And we have devices inside where you have something like a stair. You build a new heat treatment line. This is not only increasing 5%, this is increasing directly 10 or 15%. We have a new plating line, which is consuming a head of power. This is also directly jumping to another level. So to reduce on some other areas the power consumption, that you don't have this permanent increase. This is for our type of business or for our type of product, I would say this is nearly impossible. So we try really to grow, and the growth rate of the company is dramatic. So we started in 2007 with 2008 with 0, and we are today on 340 million. So growth rate in average is 10, 12, 15%. We also grow in 2023 with 10% compared to a lot of others which are not growing. That's a super good value. Outlook for next year is again 15% on top, because the market around us is growing. As more EV vehicles are sold, as better for us. So we have customers, there is in one car, 600 parts in that, 600 from the same. And that's really cool for us. So every car you see driving around, doesn't matter if this is a Neo or Xpeng or Li Auto, you see our parts driving around. You don't see them because they're somewhere under the sheet metal, under the cover. But for us, nice. You go morning to road, you drive the company, and they say, hey, yeah, I've seen thousands who's driving around already. But this growth means also growing more power consumption. That's very clear. For this, we have also no concept at the moment how we can stop that. Heat treatment, you could switch to gas, yes, but that's for us too risky. We don't like the gas in this process. Gas is okay for heating, but not inside of the process. For plating, you have no other options. You have to use power because this process, it's physics and chemistry. This process is not working without electricity. So that's very simple. And because of that, I would say here we will keep that line, we will keep easy. over the next years. So Leo, thanks. Next slide, please. So our lessons learned, load bearing capacity, this we have already seen and heard. So me important is also installation angle. So how steep are your panels on the roof? There one thing what we have seen, self-cleaning. If the panels are a little bit more steep, the self-cleaning is better because the water can really flow, the water don't stand. And with the forming droplets and then running down the panel, the water is really flowing down the panel, same for the snow. This we have seen this for the last 2 weeks when we had the first snow here in Shenyang. I got a call from a colleague from Dresdenmeier. He asked, hey, what's with your panels? We have only 10% performance. I say, wait, I have a look. And we have been already on 90% performance after 3 days. So the panels are cleaning by themselves. The snow is moving away. It's getting a little bit warm. The snow is moving down. If you have very flat panels or the panels are arranged very flat, then they are not moving or the snow is not moving. Distance to roof surface. This is a very important topic from my point of view. Here we're also looking more on to get more information from insurance companies. So we had already a fire on the with electronic installation because one of these rapid shutdown devices got too hot, and this was located 10 millimeters above the roof surface. So no airflow around that device, got overheated and started to catch fire. We lost in this fire, we lost 50 panels. So 50 panels burned down. We have the firefighters on site. Our people on the roof with fire extinguishers, so you can imagine roughly what this means on trouble. If you have the firefighters already there, we were lucky that there was no punishment because they couldn't find anything what was not done according to the regulation. So very good for us. People follow the regulation in the installation process. But this is something what we learned, that everything has to be above certain distance above the roof level. The panels get really hot. In summer there it's not only 20 or 50 degrees, this is 80, 90 degrees panel surface temperature. They are black, you have sunshine the whole day. All these devices also maybe are black, stupid like they are, they make them in black. Think they hide better or whatever, but this is very bad for the heat exchange or how they cover heat. And then cleaning. Shenyang in summertime, it's not too much rain, but it's a lot of dust. I don't know how this is in other regions. Could be that if you go more south where it's more raining, you go to Shanghai where it's raining every second day. You don't have that problem, but here in Shenyang we have really a problem that the surface gets very dusty, very dirty, very fast, and you have to clean. For the panels on the roof, this is quite easy because you can walk along them. For the parking lot, it's quite tricky. For this, we found already a company who is providing a cleaning robot. We put that on top of the roof. This is driving along. You have a water hose on top. You have no power because it's a battery-driven system. This is cleaning the surface. You only have to supervise that, and one person has to guide that, like you fly a drone or something else like that. This company, for luck, is also sitting in our industry park. So cleaning is a topic. You need the water connection, you need power close by, that you can ensure that this is really done, regularly. Because also you see this already in your charts. Then, if you compare certain days where you know, okay, it was now the whole day was super sunny, you check different months. Performance is really going down dramatically if there is too much dirt collected on the surface of the panels. I think that was all from my side. Yeah, this is something what we do at the moment. So we install also a charger park for our employees where they can charge their cars. We switch all the cars from the company. This is at the moment 10 cars. We will switch next year all to EV or to hybrid cars like the Li or the BYD models. But anyway, you can charge a battery. You have a battery inside. You can charge. People can come here charge. We don't care for money collection. This is all outsourced to the system provider. What we pay is only for the charging poles. We had to repair the ground but all the rest is done now outside. We can define the power price. That's also something helpful. So we can have a look that our employees getting a good power price inside of the park. So you see with these averages here behind, you see also what are the same charging poles outside of the industry park around that area, what they charge. And we go and we look that we permanently a little bit lower than the outside. That depends, and if employees really have a certain benefit for that. This is also something for us to say, okay, this is employee bonding or employer branding or however we want to name that. It's a small cookie to the employees, which makes them happy and which they don't get it everywhere. So that was all from my side. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Rainer, I think very interesting. I think for me, but also I think for all the participants here or the presence or also online. I think a few things here very different. You use a different model than use the model by yourself, own investment. Maybe later in the discussion round, we have a question, what was the motivation? I think very interesting. Some companies use this model and others have another model, but it could help other companies to find the right decision for them, because it's always very tricky what we do here on the commercial model. And also, I think lessons to be learned, very important, leakage. You do the right preparation, not only for the installation, but before the installation, you do the leakage protection, if not later, you have to start looking for water leaks. And also, certainly interesting, of course, interesting. I'm sorry to hear that you had such big damage there. First time I hear that, actually, but it may help others to learn from this and avoid this from happening in other places. So thank you very much, and we will, I think, later we have interesting discussions in the Q&A. I would like to introduce now our next presenter, and that's Mr. Jason Cho, product manager from ABB, about the energy efficient future and innovation by ABB for the PV system. So yeah, Jason, the floor is yours. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can hear me, right? Okay.
Yeah, we all can hear you.
Let me find my PowerPoint. Sorry. Share screen. Okay.
Yeah, please also make it. Yeah, exactly.
Hello. You can hear me now, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm Jason Chu, as you just mentioned. I'm digital operation manager for ABB Electrification China. So my theme today, what I bring is to driving green energy efficient future with our innovation. So I will start with the first slide to usually introduce our company. Globally, that we have more than 100,000 employees worldwide, more than 100 countries, and more than around 29 billion revenue every year, including European markets, American and Asia Pacific. So ABB drives societal and industry transformation to achieve a more efficient and sustainable future by electrification, automation, and digitalization technologies. So also, because ABB internally, we have 4 different business areas. We have electrification, we have motion, we have process automation, and we have robotics. So for me, I'm coming from a business area, electrification, which is the biggest business area. Around half of the revenue is coming from the business area. And I want to mention some things today. It's the main topic is green energy, solar panel, and how we are using these applications. So I want to talk some points about the megatrends, how megatrends shaping the electrification from our point of view, because now the worldwide is going digital, urban, and electrical, while it's facing an increase in rapid change in global environment, including shifting to electricity, urbanization, new ways of working, digitalization, and energy transformation. So this is the 5 pillars we think it's the mega trends of today. And for ABB, because especially in China, you know, we have 30, 60 double due carbon strategy. So for ABB, our sustainability development strategy and commitment is we want to realize our carbon neutrality operationally by 2030, and which means in advance, maybe from a country strategy more than 30 years, right? And especially in what I stay in, like Xiamen Hub, which is the most biggest hub in China and in all the world. We have already a lot of factories and companies reach to carbon neutrality. And also we make ourselves as example to contribute to the goal of carbon neutrality, that including mainly 3 pillars here. One is to enable a low carbon society, and 2 is preserve resources, and 3 is promote social progress. So we have done already a lot of activities, and one of the main activity is what I will introduce today. It's like a mission to zero project presenting in our Xiamen Hub. Also, we have the strategy request to doing 100%, means ABB's electricity comes from renewable energy 100%, and our fleet, I mean shuttle bars for our colleagues, is all electrical vehicles, and also deploying every plant as an energy management system, including solar, including energy storage, and a lot of other things to really improve energy efficiency. So coming back to the topic today, what I want to present is really a great project we done in China, in Xiamen Hub, which is in line with the strategy mission to zero, ABB globally. So it's, you can see here, it's the project background. We have like built up 3 layers. One is really the energy layer, including a lot of things like PV, like charger, lighting, HVAC. I mean, all the flexible loads, and also even unflexible loads. I mean, like production lines, everything is connected into this layer. And we have operation layer, and also based on that, we have the whole solution, I mean, digital platform solutions for the platform level to see how it can be flexibly adjusted, how we can consume more energy from solar, how we can respond, I mean, doing demand response with our national grid. So first, I want to bring everyone to see a video introduction. Let me know if you can hear the voice also for this.
A clean energy transition for a carbon neutral factory future. ABB, a global leader in electrification, enables a low carbon society. Mission to Zero began in 2019 and is part of our journey towards carbon neutrality by 2030. In China, ABB Xiamen Industrial Hub initiated the project in October 2020. ABB joined hands with Xiamen Electric Power Supply Company of SGCC and Xiamen Torch New Energy Electric Power Technology Company Limited. and started site construction at the end of 2021. 100,000 square meters rooftop solar panels on the low voltage and medium voltage plants, 12.3 megawatt peak rooftop solar panels, 50% energy decarbonization achieved. Carbon dioxide emissions reduced by 13,400 tons per year. The battery energy storage system is capable of storing 1.2 megawatt hour and delivering 600 kilowatt of power. DC coupling integrates ESS, PV, DC loads, and DC distribution. AC and DC chargers, ABB iBux KNX building control system, ABB silent building automation system. ABB Ability ZE600 is the central intelligence node of the energy ecosystem and is so sophisticated that monitors loads, battery storage and EV charging and optimizes energy management across the entire facility. This world-class site showcases the future possibilities for low-carbon manufacturing, offering the blueprint for customers and partners to follow. ABB sustainability strategy empowers the whole value chain. Customers, partners, and suppliers to realize low-carbon ambitions, electrifying the world in a safe, smart, and sustainable way.
Okay, I hope you get the overview of the whole project and also objective key results, right? And I will doing a summarize in the end what we have achieved and realized, and it's really a great project which I mean, it's a demonstration globally, internal and external companies. So here you see a little bit of our overall architecture scheme, because this hub built on 2018. So our project started 2020, and we finished. I think it's at the beginning of this year. So it's a lot of discussions and also a lot of engineering work. So the overall scheme you can see here, we have connected we connected our solar panel in a medium wattage central point. It's not in low wattage side, and with each of the connection point with 6 megawatts power, and also we have built up 2 microgrid applications. Microgrid is one of also the biggest chain, not only China but all over the world, that we build AC microgrid with 200 kilowatts, but with 4 pillars, and for DC we built 200 kilowatts, but with 2 pillars. So here in total we have built up 1.2 kilowatt hours microgrid application, especially for direct current. Everything here it's DC. What means it's the power generation is solar, it's DC, and also the power consumer, which means we have you can see it's a substation here, right? It's like a house. And inside we have air conditioning, we have lights, we have a lot of things. It's also consumer directly the DC current as the best demonstration for microgrid applications. So when coming to the upper level, we have connected for solar for sure. It's a lot of solar, 12.3 megawatts, and we have connected the energy storage, EV charger, and also with our electricity power distribution system, and also a lot of things from smart building like iBars, which for building automation and control. And also you can see some even the unflexibility loads like production system, it's also connected. So you can imagine it's really different than before, because previously it's one line. It's power or utility from a fire plant or hydro plant maybe, and then coming to the high voltage, go the medium voltage, and low voltage distribution, and to the end, to end customer like our home, or also to end customer like factory in ABB. So previously it's really one line, but now everything becoming different, especially in consumer point of view, because we have connected so many different things, including even the power generation like solar. So you need a concrete, a solution, a platform to really managing everything here, to connect with every energy devices and also the systems here, and managing centralizedly. So you can see here we have a centralized platform, which we also see the video called the 600 energy management system, which can overlord, control, and adjust everything here. What means it can make many strategies, like we want to use our energy more economically. That means we want to save our energy bill. We have different algorithms behind it. We want to make our energy more low carbon. Then that means we want to use more energy from our solar panel, right? It's zero carbon emission. So it's a lot of things that you are connecting with, not only the power consumption, but also part of power generation. In the meanwhile, for what we think for the future, it's really important. It's demand side response. Previously, we cannot do this, but with the latest technology and our platform, we are able to connect with the central grid, which means we are able to feedback them. We have to do the virtual plant. We are like a bigger microgrid system that when utility needs something more, they can do, we can connect with them and saving like 20% in maximum to doing demand side response. And here I want to introduce simply our platform, including every pillars. Like you can see the overall of our hub, you can see our carbon management, you can see the energy flexible adjusted, and here is the management of solar panel. You can see everything here, how is the ratio, what is the power, and here is the for battery storage management. We have DC and DC. Here is the management for EV charger. We have connected also a lot of EV charger. And here is the management of building, the air conditioning, lights, what is status, it's temperature too high or too low. And here it's the peak shaving or load valley feeling of our platform. And here, last but not least, it's the power demand response, as I just mentioned. So it's really a centralized system which can connect everything. And in summarize, I want to recap again, which you already see some value or some data on the introduction videos, is that we have slowly Mission to Zero project. We have reduced more than 13,400 tons of carbon every year. And also 50% of energy consumption is coming from solar. It's not coming from utility. And also we have achieved 22% energy in, power energy cost improvement. So via the project scheme, you can see here we have via 12 megawatts PV system, 1.2 megawatt hours solar energy storage, and AC/DC EV charging, and also the energy management system. So I suppose this is my last slide. So back to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jason, I think very. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Impressive. I think we can see here that was probably the on the top end in terms of size, but also in terms of of a comprehensive solution, and also in terms of the depth, the sophistication of the system is extremely high. And because you will not be here for the Q&A, so we have some I have some questions. Maybe other people have similar questions. Is for that system, we have not seen the economic data. There was a data about 20% energy cost, but as we know, many companies, they go for the ROI. It's still very important. The CO2 emissions is also important. But could you give us an indication of the investment scale of this solution and also the return of the investment? Let's forget about internal, let's say, interest calculation, just because it can be adjusted for every company. Just for a simple ROI of that system projected. Could you give us this information, or is it confidential?
Some points it's confidential, but I can share something here to increase our attention and understanding of the whole project, because you can imagine the invest it's not so less, right? We have built 12.3 megawatts and solar panel. It's really huge investment, and also here what we are doing is really the source network load. Why I change this slide? We are doing the source network load storage, which represents the future of how we handle our energy transition. So with the new strategy for China, this is, as I mentioned, the energy transition is towards this way. But here we have some new business model, and it's not already new. It's very popular in China, because all the investment is not done by ABB. It's done by a third party. Why? Because all the investor here, like chargers, like photovoltaic, like energy storage, it's invested by a third party, and also it's the party who build up the whole scheme. I mean, doing engineering work. And what is the benefit for them is they can try, because they invested, they build up, and for ABB it's for free, right? They will charge ABB money from electricity. The ABB hub it's very, very big. It's used a lot of energy every year, so they charge ABB electricity for let me say the return of the investment, right? And for ABB itself, what is our benefits is we reduce a lot of carbon emission. This is the first point. And also the electricity from the photovoltaic, it's much cheaper than from the utility. So we also have energy savings. And so for ABB, it's really, 100% win, right? And for investment third party, maybe they invest a lot in the first year, but the money for those, let me say, 30 million or something, the money, most of them is from bank, right? They are borrowed from bank. And with the first investment, actually they pay very, very low ratio of benefits to the bank, because it's supported by the whole country. So actually, if they rounding a lot of this kind of project, they starting to have return of investment at least with this year, starting even from next year, because ABB is using electricity every day. So if you calculate, I think it's usually common. It's a common sense in this industry area, like 3. For some small project, like 3-4 years. For big one, 7-8 years, I think.
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you. It was it's all you can tell us. So I think it's very impressive system. Maybe one day we can organize a visit and see all the aspects of this kind of very comprehensive solution. And maybe that could be also a kind of learning lesson for other members here, or in particular for large scale systems. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. Because now it's like really a customer journey in our hub for this demo. So please, you can come. Welcome.
Yeah, so now we have, because Jason said he is not available longer, we have a short a Q&A session. Actually, we already have now Rainer is the only real representative now of our questions here, so we will talk to Rainer a bit. Actually, not that many questions from others to raise. Yeah, there was a question from Anna1, the cost performance ratio point of view for Rainer, including management cost, investment, etc. What's the ROI? What's the benefit? So what is roughly, give us an idea the ROI of the system, if you can. If not,
yeah, the ROI of our system is roughly 15 years at the moment.
15 years.
15 years.
Okay, so that's investment return of 15 years at current energy prices.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 15 years.
So one topic what you raised before, why we do that by ourselves.
Yeah.
Why we don't go the same, how to say, concept or the same way like the colleagues in Denmark doing from the packing company. It's an internal regulation. So for us, it's not allowed to start a project like in Tianjin. They did that some third party is putting panels on our roof, which we don't own.
Yeah.
It's our property, so the stuff on the roof also has to be our property.
Yeah. So it's actually
it's internal. It's only internal.
Yeah. So means this regulation in place and the long payback time make it more difficult for you to get new projects approved. Yeah.
Yeah, the implementation getting difficult.
Yeah, but maybe there could be other solutions, financial business models. Maybe somebody has an idea here for that, because that's a kind of unused potential for renewable energies because of the situation. In other companies, we see the same thing. For other companies, have similar problems that they cannot implement those projects, even they want. I think it's good, CO2 emission reduction, cost reduction, but ROI is too long and internal regulations to allow them to do so. So maybe somebody has ideas that could have a new business idea to still to make possible that those projects can be implemented. Yeah. Yeah, I had actually, I think the presentation was very interesting from Rainer. One of my questions, why you make it by yourself, and also the question was about the CO2 emission reduction. Play that a greater role for you that makes it make you longer payback time accepted, or is CO2 is a nice thing to have, but or is it a major driving factor for this? What was the major driving factor?
It's not a major driving factor, but we know that automotive industry is going very strongly in this direction.
Yeah.
And we supply 99% to automotive. So for us, it's important to become there also. I would say not only compliant, but it's a topic overall to be more environmental friendly. The plants in Germany are already CO2 neutral, and that's also our target. Could they buy certificates? Then you can get that. This is for us at the moment not possible because no trading of certificates now in China. But if this is coming, then we will also try this one. First, now increase the wind power or the green power share what we buy from the grid. Hopefully, there is really, the how to say, what you can get is increasing. At the moment, we cannot get more because they cannot deliver more. There are not enough windmills far north in China or in Jilin province or wherever this is, or in Xinjiang. This is one topic. And the second topic is then get this power project PV phase 2 running, get that really approved. For this, we're still working, so we try now all political channels also to get that done inside of our group. And then we have to see how we can deal with that. But for this power consumption and especially for the power consumption, it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. We run our lines non-stop, especially the high power consumers, the treatment and blading line. You cannot rely only on solar. You need power from the grid. you cannot rely only on wind and solar. This is fast not possible at the moment.
So that is it's a clear thing we can see here. The major driving factor was for different companies, different for like Google from Tianjin. It was like the requirement from the company, you have to do it. And here for Arnold is already, you can foresee that the whole industry, you serve the automobile industry, and their CO2 emission of your products, of your supplies to your customers will become a topic. So you look into the future, you know it's coming, you have to do it anyway, and even it's about payback time. Now we have to find ways to overcome this problem, also discrepancy with your own regulations. I think very good. Do we have other questions now? No other questions now. I mean, I had always question many questions about the right size, certainly, but also the what is the was it very difficult to this approval process, because you installed by yourself, you didn't give it to a third party, because then you give it third party, they do all the approvals and the Power Bureau negotiations. But yours, is that connected to the grid as well, or not?
Yes, the system is connected to the grid,
but
there will be never power going to the grid, because there is not that much coming out of the system. That there is something left. Also in weekend time, Saturday, Sunday, we still consume that much power that this is more than what the solar system can deliver. Also, if phase 2 is there, will be still like that. But negotiation with power grid, this was quite simple. I have to say, this was also smooth and fast. On the other side, I have to say we have also very good connections, or the relationship to district government and to city government is very good. And this helps a lot in these cases.
I can say in the experience from other companies, not in this province, but not far from here, is that was a major obstacle why they could not install the well, it was very difficult to install, very costly also the process, and because of the power company did not make just all the procedures become very cumbersome and very complicated. So for you it was very smooth. So we can say that's finally we can say Shenyang has an advantage here, because it's more easy to install a PV power system from the government regulation and Power Bureau than maybe in other places.
The supplier was quite good. So I think the supplier and our people together, there was enough relationship to get there a smooth process. The supplier is not doing only our system. They did several in our
the supplier of the solar system.
The supplier of the installation supplier company, they did already more projects in this area. This helps.
Okay, good. I think
but they are not from Shenyang. It's also from Shenyang. It's not a company from Shenyang, so it's not the typical local relationship management which counts there.
No, but it's good to understand that this problem could be solved. Because we know for many clients and many business partners that this is one of the big obstacles and why they are thinking of installing it or not installing that. Besides the other problems you mentioned, roof loading and also the planning for the roof, because once you have the solar panels there and you later want to install some machine downstairs and you need the flue gas system and others, then you get into this problem. So it's good planning. And in order to make this project also successful for every company.
There also one comment, range of weight for the panels is quite wide. So this starts from 4 kilo to 30 kilo for the same size. So we have also seen panels which you more or less glue on the TPO roof, or which have a very light and simple aluminium frame under it to carry the panel, where you come then to 8 or 10 kilo in total per square meter, and not to 30 or 40 what we have now.
Okay, so more questions?
Generally, like the performance of these, it's actually how do you see the performance of that solar varying through the year?
Especially you can go back to my slide.
Leo?
There is one slide in there where we see that. Back. This one, what? This one?
This one?
No, the next one.
This one.
There you see here. You see the output. This is the ones. So we started, this is for 2022, I think. No, it's 2023. So the system was fully occupied or fully available already. And you see how the peak is roughly in May, June. And then it's going down a little bit because then also weather situation changes. We had then here, we had that fire. That means at that time we lost one section of the system. We lost completely because we had to switch off for the replacement of these existing panels. You cannot do that if other panels are producing power because it's too dangerous. So we had to switch off that complete section. But then, May, and then it's going down a little bit. Okay. But it's this is a standard, and there is no big.
Yeah. So like January, you get like a third or a quarter.
Yeah. The January is very bad because there also the daylight time is very short. Cold is not the problem. This is what we see.
Sure.
Cold is not the problem. There is enough sunlight coming. Good.
Okay, good. Thank you, Rainer. No more questions? Yeah? Okay, good then. Thank you. I would like to thank all the participants, in particular the presenters here who spent their time presenting this, presenting their case studies. And I think what we've seen today is a really wide range from the different business models, different installations, more simple system and very complex systems. So there's a big variety, and we can see that many factors actually should be clarified in the beginning. What is the right system for every customer? So there's many factors to be considered. I think that could be something deeper later discussed, certainly not today, but to helping the companies to make the right decision of the business model, of the size, battery or no battery, what to do storing energy in other ways. Like we've seen in Tianjin, only 50% was used, 50% was sold to others. That could, if you increase the solar rate, then you increase your profits. So I think that is very interesting today. And also it's encouraging to see that medium-sized, also big companies, they're going full on the net zero in not like 20, 30 years later, but they have the target for the next few years. And as I said in the early beginning, actually, we should have a target of next within 5 to 6 years to get close to zero in order to meet the requirements. And as I said also earlier, I forgot one thing would like to mention is that China has in this week announced that from next year on, 2 things will change because of the renewable energies supply to the system. The first thing that will change is the power plants will get the subsidy to be paid, and the coal-fired power plants, they will have a lower priority to provide electricity to enable the complete renewable energies from solar, from wind to be supplied to the grid. Now there's a lot of curtailment. It will be stopped, the supply. And this is just has been announced, this decision. But also that means the power price for the industry and the commercial buildings will go up. They have to pay for this kind of subsidy for the coal-fired power plants. It means who is installing now a solar system will much more benefit also by higher power prices, because higher power prices means higher saving if you have your solar system running. So reducing the payback time 15 years by now, calculation in real terms, maybe 10 years will be the real one later on, because the power price will go up. It's not yet factored in the increase of the power price. So that's a positive trend. Also, there is an announcement made that the coal consumption for coal, the pricing will be divided into 3 levels from next year on. So that means for residential use or for heating use, we have the lowest price, and then we have the price for the industry use that will be the highest. That means any industrial plant using steel plants, others using coal for steam generation, others, they have to pay a much higher price. And also we think of new renewable energies probably replacing these fossil fuels. And also the coal-fired power plants will have a separate price, it's a bit lower than the industrial prices. So from the macroeconomic regulation, everything is moving in the right direction in China to favor renewable energies, PV systems on your facilities. So I think these are the to me the outlooks. I'm very happy to see that we have so many positive developments here, and hopefully this seminar today or the short event was very useful for all the participants to learn, and hopefully we can see, because of this, more PV installation and more and better installations than we have seen in the past. Last but not least, some good news just came in for people from France, Italy, and Germany. China announced the visa-free traveling to China from December 1st, just comes in now. So if you want to travel from your relatives, you can come to China without a visa now from those countries, and also Malaysia and Spain, I forgot. Yeah.